Today we're going to be talking about the Talos S Lux, the supposedly off-road, terrain-capable type model from Cybex's Gold line, aka their budget line, released last year. Cybex is a juggernaut in the stroller industry, both launching far more models each year than any other manufacturer, and also aggressively expanding into adjacent market segments at a pace that their competitors seem unable to keep up with. And in the past year alone, in addition to a seemingly endless series of renamed reiterations of their existing line, they've released both tandem and three-wheeled sports models. And now, with the Talos, their advertisement suggests that they're making a play for what I like to think of as Cadillac models as well, meaning four-wheeled swivel wheel models that are built heavier for added durability and terrain capability. The problem is, though, that it's all advertising. And while most of Cybex's mass-launched pump-and-dump strollers just feel underconceived, barely sketches in comparison to the models already established in the markets they're trying to enter, with the Talos, I feel that they've crossed a line and ought to be held accountable. Because the truth is that, other than a slightly altered seat frame and some significantly heavier wheels, the Talos is the Balios, a relatively weak budget urban model that they've been selling for years. And let me be perfectly clear on this. I don't mean that it's like the Balios, I mean that as far as I can tell going over the chassis, they are the same model. So why is this a problem, you might ask? Because of how Cybex is directly telling you to use the model. To quote from their own website, to drive it over cobblestones, forest paths, and hiking trails. And their advertising video shows visually what they mean by this. Notice how the stroller is not actually moving in most of these images? The problem here is that it takes a lot more than slightly larger and tougher wheels to make a terrain model. The suspension needs to be improved, the chassis needs to be reinforced, and the front frame wheel housings need to be built with independent shock absorption mechanisms to prevent wear that are more than just a couple of O-rings. The Balios is okay as an urban model. It's not the sort of stroller that will survive much more than a single child's use, but for the price, for a lot of people, that's fine. You cannot just throw heavier wheels on it, a change that actually accelerates wear, by the way, and then tell people to go gallivanting around the forest with it. That is irresponsible in my opinion. And if anyone drives a Talos in these sorts of environments on a regular basis, especially if they load it down somewhat near its weight capacity, I would be very surprised to find the stroller still comfortable to use after a year or two, if usable at all. And please note that taking the Talos out on rugged hiking trails isn't even all that doable from the outset either. As I said, the suspension is minimal, the front wheels aren't all that big, and the angle of the front forks is such that the model is apt to get hung up on rocks and roots and the like and fail to swivel. I'm actually surprised that Cybex went this far with this advertisement, given the general weakness of the Talos' design versus comparable models. It's almost as though they've never heard of implied guarantee, which holds manufacturers responsible for the claims they make when advertising, or the concept of operational life expectancy, which protects buyers from those intimidating "we're not responsible for common wear" sentences in your written warranty. If you tell people that they can drive the Talos over roots and rocks all day, every day, and they come back to you after a year with a loose, rattly, half-broken stroller, then that is not a problem of common wear. Though the truth is that they probably figure that most people, statistically, won't bother to call them out on it. And that is a problem as far as I see it, because it doesn't matter if someone bought a stroller cheap. Price has nothing to do with the consumer protection laws that our governments pass, specifically so that big piles of complex composite metals like the Talos don't just wind up in bulk recycling plants, getting melted down to extract aluminum while spewing poisonous gases up into the atmosphere. If you've watched other reviews on our channel, then this may not have been the video you expected. We generally have a format that we follow, breaking down all the positives and negatives of a given stroller, and going over the whole design with a fine-toothed comb. If you want that for the Talos, go check out our video for the Balios S Lux, and just add 3 kilos of useless weight. I didn't feel the Talos was worth the effort this time around, because I think with this one, that Cybex just thinks you're stupid, and I don't. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, we ask that you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future. In addition, if you are currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description. Thank you.